welcome to the Property Show. I am Neha Nagpal from MBTV. I have a very special guest, Mr. Amit Abhijat, with me today. He is the Mission Director of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and the Joint Secretary with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
So firstly, many congratulations on holding 100-day challenge on Women's Day under PMAY scheme. What was the idea behind it, sir?
The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, as you would appreciate, is going to through a very critical phase now in terms of implementation. And the government of India has been very kind to the mission in terms of provision for the fiscal arrangements for the scheme to meet its vision. In the course, we got about 18,000 crores through the Atmanirbhar package, and we also got a lot of budgetary support. So the mission has been fulfilled in terms of its financial obligations. We needed to ensure that while this money really goes down, it needs to be done in a very well-paced strategy so that the completion of houses is achieved, as well as the grounding of the ones which were not done.
How do different states perform?
I would not name any state, but yes, certainly there are states which perform well and there are states which needs to pick up. That has generally been the trend. But having said, I can vouch for the basic fact that everybody tries to complete the mission goals in terms of the basic fact that housing is very important aspect of governance now.
I took the data from your website itself. There are 43 lakh houses which has already been delivered and 75 lakh has been grounded. Do you think, is there any strategy being planned to complete this by 2022?
The vision is to be achieved by March 2022. That is what's the basic plan. And we've done about 111 lakh approvals already, out of which 73 lakh is being implemented and 43 lakh has been delivered. One strategy that is intended to increase the pace of completion and grounding as well is this 100-day challenge itself. Then we've made some very clear provisions for CLSS, because typically the progress under CLSS is much faster on account of the fact that these buildings are ready, readily available with the builders, and the bankers are able to pursue them in terms of loaning and other arrangements. It appears that also the MIG portion, which is there till the 31st of March this year, will in all likelihood be considered by the government to be extended as well, because we have put in a request on the basis of inputs that we've got from CNAs and the bankers, and also a large number of beneficiaries which do benefit from this scheme. I think 43 lakh completion is a great success to achieve, and we will be now rapidly progressing towards the completion. But having said that, one will have to take into consideration climatic factors, the fact that COVID practically stopped a lot of things for quite some time, and it picked up thereafter. So these factors will be accounted for, but we are quite positive that we will be able to achieve somewhere around the same time as it was intended.
You spoke about that, there is a demand which comes every year for this. So does the interest comes from the state, or it comes from the beneficiaries? And how well you have been, able to communicate to the potential beneficiaries about the scheme?
States were really asked that you must do a demand survey, because there are people who are in the demand but probably do not look for a ownership housing. The states came to a demand of 1.12 crore, that is 112 lakhs. And this demand has not been stationary. It is not cast in stone really. This is dynamic. Also, the states have expanded their urban areas within the period. I think when we started off, we were like roughly 4,000 cities. And now we are like 4,400 cities, 4,424. So cities have expanded and they have been included as an urban area. So that's another reason. So demand really has shifted. But by and large, this is the overall strategy that 112 lakh is something that the states have frozen, and let's do that. Other changes can keep happening.
So FM has announced the PMAY urban outlay have been increased by 18,000 crore. Yes. What changes this will bring into the mission and the real estate sector?
We got the budget, that's about 9,000 crores and 18,000 crore in Atmanirbhar. As on today, the 112 lakh houses that we've got sanctioned requires an investment of about 7 lakh crore. This 7 lakh crore will have 3 to 4 participants mainly. One is the Government of India. We are committed to providing around 1.8 lakh crore. The governments of the state will provide around 1.5 to 2 lakh crore depending on the contributions states make. So this is about 3.5, 3.8 lakh crore. The other 3.2, 3.3 lakh crore will be provided by the people, the beneficiaries. And they can come through banks, they can come through themselves, they can take help of our local bodies through various mechanisms. The Government of India's contribution of about 1.8 lakh crore, we've already given about 92,000 crores. It has made the dream of getting a house done at the proper time in a very, very significant manner. Apart from this, the Finance Ministry also allowed the arrangement of affordable housing fund, which is like people can take loans under PMAY for their own contribution from the bank. So not only are they getting grants here, they can also avail loans under the AHF on a lesser interest, which makes so much more sense.
Thank you so much for your time.
Please subscribe to Magic Bricks on YouTube and press the bell icon to get new videos.